want to show everybody what's happening right now at the fairgrounds here in San Benito.
Maybe there's just something in the water in Resaca City. When we first got there 10 months ago, the lawbreaking had already begun. The city secretary, Ruth McGinnis, had ignored requests, multiple ones, to see campaign finance records for over a month. That's illegal.
No, it's not, sir.
It absolutely is.
No, it's not.
You want to test it in court?
Sure.
The guy paid by San Benito taxpayers to deal with media folks like us wouldn't let us see the records either. Can I tell you something? I don't play games.
Neither do I.
You're violating.
Yeah.
Go ahead, call the police. The local cops wanted no part of it. But later that day, I spoke to San Benito's city commission. Even in the most corrupt towns, they know that campaign finance records are public records. Boy, it's gone downhill from there. Why are we such a threat to the power in San Benito? Maybe it's because they continue to disrespect the people who are paying the bills.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina.
You had to feel bad for Cristina Garcia. The San Benito Public Information Officer was live on the city's Facebook page, trying to put on the best face possible on the final day of the hog waddle. Lucha Libre wrestlers attracted a small crowd.
A lot of people have shown up today. Thank you all so much for coming out.
But you could see behind her that a lot of the fairgrounds were totally empty, even though admission was free.
Across the RGV event, organizers say the San Benito hog waddle had to be canceled because of the rain. 3
of the big concert days had been a washout. It was raining, unusually cold. Glad we didn't make the trip down. But we could have met Christina there, hired last November.
Yeah, we're here to answer any questions that anyone may have.
She had refused to respond to a single one of our questions since then. So when I saw her valiant hog waddle report, I sent her a message on Facebook. Hey, return my call someday. I had even sent her a message on LinkedIn. You're the media person paid by the city of San Benito, yet you ignore our questions. Stay tuned.
I love San Benito.
City Manager Fred Sandoval had illegally withheld emails from us. Some had been deleted on his computer.
Don't forget that. Did y'all like a taco?
But we still got them. And look at this. Garcia complaining that message I sent her felt like a, quote, subtle threat or an attempt to intimidate. You're kidding, right? Garcia apparently needs help dealing with me.
Awesome, yes.
In November, the city hired the Margulies Communications Group as a public relations counsel. And it's clear they want to know about me and my investigative video stories that have now been seen by hundreds of thousands of folks down in the Rio Grande Valley. Wayne just posted this Margulies email proclaimed. At least it has become more obvious who he's working for. Enlighten me. How does this bizarre preoccupation with me help San Benito taxpayers? A contract we have shows Margulies was paid $9,500 for the first month and $5,500 a month after that. We found no evidence the commissioners ever talked about or voted in public on such an agreement. But Christina apparently thought the timing of my post was interesting. It was January 10th, my post, days before a judge signed a court order accusing city officials of a conspiracy in that Resaca village fight. Taxpayers are now on the hook for nearly $150,000 just for lawyers in that case. Multiple judges have told the city they can't stop the developers from finishing Resaca Village. Trying to take their multi-million-dollar investment away was wrong. Hey, Christina. You worked a little while in news, so it's not really that complicated. We call out fraud, injustice, and corruption wherever we see it. This Varco case, it's going to end badly. Here's another issue we've reported on. The city has paid tens of thousands of dollars in taxes on unused property because the developer in the Epicenter deal, curiously planning a concert venue and hotel, abandoned the project.
Mayor, what do you say about that?
Sandoval is now pushing a city-run concert venue at the fairgrounds instead. It's already benefiting his longtime friends from far. And that's one of the reasons we've now sued the city, after months of serial violations of state open record laws.
City of San Benito doesn't know how the Public Information Act works, or they don't care.
The depth of Sandoval's connections to his buddies were only exposed because the city's lawyers turned over emails he was hiding illegally.
He has shown them who he is. Your videos have shown them who he is. Why are they still working so hard to protect him?
Jose Morales had been accused by developers of trying to shake them down.
They pulled the rug out from under us in trying to complete this.
His wife had appointed him to the EDC board, ignoring potential conflicts of interest.
Why did you appoint your husband to the board?
The Attorney General had ordered Morales to give us his phone records. He refused.
I hope that you all can hear me.
We still don't know how much was spent on the hog waddle.
And a whole lot to choose from here.
Weeks after the event, the city says they can't even tell us.
So come and enjoy some great music, some amazing food.
But we know because of a $13,000 insurance policy, the bands that got canceled, well, they'll still get paid. Concert promoters will get their money too. Sandoval's buddies.
I love San Benito.
Since we discovered these relationships, a can of worms has been opened. From court records, we learned Sandoval had been accused of hiding more than $1 million from the Sylvan Learning Centers. He owned some of their franchises. He failed to pay back a $650,000 note to a nonprofit, failed to pay back a government loan of more than $1 million. Most of the records were publicly available before Sandoval got hired. The city commission has been silent on these revelations, but they have showed support for their beleaguered city manager, holding up fathead signs. It's part of the city's campaign to change the subject, to attack the messenger, to call me names. The city took to its Facebook page on December 19th last year to accuse us of trying to profit from a tragedy. We had told you the story of a young San Benito family forced to escape their burning home with 2 small kids in the middle of the night, right before Thanksgiving.
And when I got up and I stepped out of our room, our kitchen was on fire. Like it was pretty bad.
One of 2 fire hydrants near their house had low water pressure and could not be used to help battle the blaze, which could have easily spread to neighbors' homes. The city accused us on Facebook of misleading this young family to make them believe their home could have been saved if not for the faulty fire hydrant, pointing out I must have been accustomed to my comfortable position and have likely never fought a fire or driven a fire truck. So what? The city clearly missed the point. Fire hydrants are supposed to work.
I thought all fire hydrants had to have water in there. I thought it was the city's job to make sure everything was up to date.
Just imagine by the time, if we wouldn't have woken up or if nobody would have woken us up, we would have been dead in there.
Mystica learned after the fire she was already pregnant again. And I have some bad news for the Fathead Freddy gang. She's not mad at me at all, doesn't feel misled, but she does have a message for Mayor Rick Guerra, one of Sandoval's bosses.
As a mayor, you should do your job. As a mayor, if you're gonna be wanting to take care of San Benito, take care of us. Take care of everybody here.
Mystica reacted to the much bigger story of neglect we've now uncovered. Less than 2 hours after we asked for fire hydrant inspection and repair records, the city posted all the work they were doing on a brand new fire hydrant. Our public works department is always hard at work. I'm sure they are. But the city ignored the bigger headline, what we learned when we actually looked at those fire hydrant records we finally got. Even when the city knows fire hydrants are broken, Sandoval's Public Works Department is often taking months to fix them, if they fix them at all. In the last 2 months of the year, the fire department inspected 270 hydrants, nearly half the city's total. They found 138 hydrants that were either in need of repair, totally broken, or had low pressure ratings that could affect their ability to help fight a fire. That's dangerous. The Public Works Department had only repaired 17 of those hydrants in the 6 weeks prior to our request. Look at this. November 15th, fire hydrants at Crockett Haywood, 1130 North Austin, and 491 McCullough were all checked. 2 had no pressure. 1, the stem didn't even open on the hydrant. None of these problems were fixed by the end of the year. And I know Freddie won't admit this, but our investigation has already helped folks that may have the same disaster the Matas did. Our request for hydrant records was delivered on December 10th. Look what happened. There were a flurry of repairs. 29 new work orders were put in, 11 hydrants fixed in just 3 days. Look at this map we made to help Freddie out. There's the Mata house in blue. You could see how many fire hydrants were still reported broken or with low pressure at the first of the year, including many that had been broken for at least 2 months. Before the city proceeds to spend millions of dollars in precious taxpayer money on Sandoval's amphitheater project, they should demand real neighborhood redevelopment first. If the commissioners would do their job, there would be a state of the fire hydrants at their next public meeting, and they should stop ignoring the talk of the town, Sandoval's financial misconduct before he was hired in San Benito, why his buddies from FAR are now getting city contracts. If they questioned Sandoval at a public meeting, like they should, it wouldn't cost San Benito taxpayers a single penny.
He is a leader with true ambition and a bold vision for San Benito, and he is just getting started.
Instead, the Sandoval sound machine is being allowed to waste critical redevelopment money on lawyers in real estate fights multiple judges have told the city they will likely lose. They are illegally withholding public records, spending money on PR experts to help them with damage control.
Hey there, San Benito. My name is Rudy Mideles, and today I am speaking with City Manager and Director of the Economic Development Corporation for the city, Mr. Fred Sandoval.
Even paying one former Rio Grande Valley TV anchor $1,000 just to do a staged softball interview with Sandoval on social media.
I know you don't have a whole lot of time running the city of San Benito, but tell us a little bit about your experience working in city administrations in the past.
Hey, Freddie, I've offered to interview you for months. You won't do it. I won't charge you a penny.